Ready? Good evening and welcome to the Findlay City Council meeting of October 7th, 2025, the regular session. We will start this evening's meeting with the roll call. Following that, we will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
Mr. Ballman?
Here.
Mr. DeArmond?
Here.
Ms. Frischi?
Here.
Mr. Greeno?
Here.
Mr. Hellman?
Here.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Here.
Mr. Palmer?
Here.
Mr. Russell?
Here.
Ms. Warnicki?
Here.
Mr. Wolpser?
Present.
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I will now entertain a motion to accept the minutes from the previous council meeting. Mr. Palmer, second Mr. Greeno. Any discussion? All those in favor of acceptance of the minutes say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. They are accepted. Mr. Russell, do we have any add-ons, replacements, or removals from tonight's agenda?
Yes, sir. We have one add-on letter from Councilman Wolpser concerning the Finance Committee change proposal, and I move that that be added to the old business section of the agenda.
Second, Mr. Palmer. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. That will be added this evening. Mayor, we have a proclamation this evening.
Yeah, good evening. Whereas National Disability Employment Awareness Month was first established in 1945 and is observed annually in October to celebrate the diverse skills and talents that people with disabilities bring to our nation's workplaces and economy. And whereas the 2025 NDAM theme, Celebrating Value and Talent, reaffirms that a workforce that includes individuals with disabilities is essential to building an inclusive and prosperous economy and society. And whereas workers with disabilities represent a vital and underutilized talent pool, and the full inclusion of their skills, perspective, and experiences is crucial for local innovation, creativity, and economic growth. And whereas the City of Findlay is committed to fostering an inclusive community where all residents, including those with disabilities, have equitable opportunities to thrive. And whereas it is the responsibility of government, employers, labor organizations, and citizens alike to ensure equal access to employment opportunities and to remove any remaining barriers that prevent the full participation of people with disabilities in our workforce. Now, therefore, I, Christina M. Mern, Mayor of the City of Findlay, Ohio, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2025 as Disability Employment Awareness Month in Findlay, Ohio, and encourage all citizens to join in this observance and to embrace the talents and skills of workers with disabilities. We call upon employers to review their hiring and retention policies to ensure that they are fully inclusive and accessible. By doing so, we can continue to advance our shared message that people with disabilities add an immense value and talent to our workplace and communities. This evening, we have Jackson Dole and his parents and Chad and Jennifer joining Nadine Weininger, the Director of Public Relations for BVC, here to receive the proclamation. Jackson, would you like to come up?
Hang on, Jackson, turn around. Let the mayor, yeah, there you go. Get your picture taken.
That's a big smile. Do you want to share your news with everyone?
I got a job from GFW.
Congratulations. Get a good night's sleep.
And I will just want to give a shout out to Nadine and the Dole family who do so much to educate individuals in our community about how individuals with disabilities and varying abilities can truly contribute. So we may be celebrating it this month, but they do work all year long to really make sure that our community recognizes the value of everyone. So thank you for the work that you guys do.
Okay, we have no recognition or retirement resolutions. We have no petitions. We have 2 oral communications that'll happen later. We have 2 written communications, one of which Lisa Miller would like to speak. Make sure the red light's on. There you go.
Good evening.
It was
Speak
not,
it, I'm sorry, you're going to have to speak into the microphone. If I can't hear you, nobody can hear you.
okay.
There you
Because I'm
go.
a loud person, ask Rob.
You're good now. Thank you.
Good evening. It was not my intention to be on this agenda tonight. It was my intention to be on wherever you sent this issue last time. I was trying to follow the shell game, and I thought it was zoning and planning. That's what my letter says, okay? But as you've given me this foreign, I'm going to take the opportunity. I'm not going to entertain questions because you won't entertain them from me. That's not democratic, and that's not American. If you want to ask me questions, you can do it in writing to my office. I have mailboxes in both courthouses except for this one. So I just had some thoughts after the last meeting, and I have read Rob's new ordinance, and I would still disagree with him carving out an exception to a NORS ordinance for just animals. I would challenge that, and I invite anybody cited with that ordinance to contact my office. I just, and that's the beauty of our profession. There's two sides of every coin, multiple coins. And so, there's always an argument to be made. But I did a couple of points in my letter. You're all good Republicans or you wouldn't have gotten elected in this town. And so, you would never talk to me about my guns and my money like this, about regulating my guns and my money like this, ever. So I don't know why you feel the need to do this. And I would urge you to choose less government, less regulation, because that's what you profess to espouse. So do it. And then lastly, I do want to call out to the public. I think we should organize a group, like a book club, an animal club. There's always in any democracy, there is power in organized numbers. And you can find me on Google. My office is on the south end of Main Street. Thank you very much.
An email from Catherine, how do you say that? Zagala? Zagala, Marathon, Mern Town Park.
Questions or comments? Letter to be filed. We have no utility contractor communications this evening. We will now move into reports of officers and departments.
Board of Zoning Appeals minutes for August 14th, 2025.
Questions or comments? Minutes to be filed.
City Income Tax Monthly Collections Report for September 2025.
Report to be filed.
Findlay Fire Department Activities Report for September 2025.
Report to be filed.
Findlay Police Department Activities Report for September 2025.
Report to be filed.
Letter from Service Safety Director Martin regarding replacement of totaled police vehicle.
Letter to be filed.
Letter from Service Safety Director Martin regarding Findlay Fire Department AFG Grant Award for confined space air respirators.
Letter to be filed.
Letter from City Engineer Kalb regarding Western Avenue Sanitary Sewer Repair, project number 356-44700.
Letter to be filed.
Letter from City Engineer Kalb regarding BWC SIG Fire Decon Unit, project number 319-56200.
Letter to be filed.
Letter from City Engineer Kalb regarding West Park Sanitary Sewer, tap-in sewer, project number 356-42500.
Ms. Frischie.
Jeremy, just that contractor's not the one that we had that dropped all their projects with us, is it?
No.
Okay.
Letter be filed.
Letter from City Engineer Kalb regarding Edge Hill Water Line replacement, project number 357-51700.
Letter be filed.
Letter from City Auditor Stashak regarding HSA payroll deduction.
Letter to be filed.
Letter from City Engineer Kalb regarding, just a moment. Apologize. regarding CBDG fund appropriation.
Let it be filed.
Oh, for she.
Oh, Ms. Frishy, sorry.
Jeremy, on that Melrose multi-use, we haven't talked about it in a while. I can't remember, is that covering the entire project?
No.
How much are we covering out of the general?
Well,
Ballpark.
it's coming on capital.
Uh,
But so looking in the book, I would have to pull that up. That information's in there, but I believe it covers at 50% or just over 50%.
Let it be filed.
Letter from City Engineer Calb regarding FDY Airport Master Plan, project number 352-43500, ODOT funding.
Let it be filed.
Letter from Law Director Feigner regarding animal noise, waste, and odor.
Let it be filed.
Letter from Hancock Regional Planning Commission Director Cordonier regarding zoning code updates for donation bins, length of construction, and conditional uses.
Letter to be filed.
Letter from Hancock Regional Planning Commission Director Cordonier regarding zoning code updates for farm animal ordinance.
Mr. Russell,
I'd move that this be sent to planning and zoning.
second, Mr. Baumann. That's all it needs. So that will be sent. To council people request, that will be done. Any other questions or comments? Letter to be filed.
Letter from Zoning Administrator Atkins regarding updated flood damage reduction legislation.
Letter to be filed.
Oh, you want it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna put the letter from Jeff about the finance committee under this.
Ro-
Go ahead, Mr. Russell.
For the zoning code administrator Atkins's updated flood damage reduction legislation, he asked it to go to planning and zoning. Are you also moving it to P&Z per his request, or do you want a motion?
Now you can make a request.
Move that it go to P&Z.
Second, Mr. DeArmond, that'll be done. Okay, we're gonna read Jeff's letter. All right, no, we're gonna propose it, and we can read it if you want.
A letter from Councilman Wopser regarding Finance Committee change proposal.
Mr. Wobser,
We can take care of this business now since we moved it to this portion of the meeting. As we've been talking about, we wanted to redo or reorganize the current appropriations committee into a finance committee and explain and outline the responsibilities of that committee. You'll find if you go back and look at the current council's rules, none of the committees really have any outline as to what they're doing, what they're specifically supposed to do. So this will actually sit in our council bylaws and will outline what we want. Now, the mayor pointed out, I had on section 2, that sentence is a little misleading. This committee is going to be made up of 5 committee members or 5 council members, and then the auditor, law director, and the mayor will be ex officio non-voting members. As you read it, it doesn't come across that way. So I think, Mayor, if you take after the word city council, after council, and put in the word plus and a comma, does that read correctly then?
I would just recommend that it read, standing members shall include 5 members of city council, period.
Period.
The city auditor, the city law director, and the mayor serve as ex officio non-voting members.
Fair enough. So if everybody would just simply make that change, it makes it apparent exactly what those committee members would be. Anybody have any questions about the proposal? We just need a
Ms.
simple
Frischie?
vote of this. Yes.
So I know you've been wanting to change it from appropriations to finance titling. And then you just said the rest of council rules doesn't have any of the other committees addressed. Do we think we should be addressing all of the committees in similar fashion? And then what is your reasoning for changing the title? What's the big deal?
So the the big deal
Yeah,
is
the
that we have had lots of discussions about the interest income and investments, and this is a conversation you'll remember between the auditor and Mr. DeArmament and Ms. Warnicki. So this was partially trying to take care of that. Also, it really takes us back to what the committee was prior to the IRIDI administration, and doesn't necessarily expand the scope. To me, it puts the scope back where it should be. You'll notice that in here we're looking at review and recommendation action on annual budget, review and recommend action on annual capital plan, review and recommend action on unbudgeted supplemental or special appropriations as deemed necessary. That would be anything basically above and beyond budget. Mayor, is that the way you read that also?
Yes, and really this is consistent. You know, we've really been utilizing the appropriations committee semi in this way, right? When we're discussing changes to financial policy, if we're updating the severance, fund, different things like that have gone to this committee. But in the discussions with who should be having robust conversations around long-term debt planning, around the financial components of the strategic plan, of the investment, some of those things, it made more sense to just kind of make it more clear that this committee was the appropriate body for that and provide an outline. Related to council rules in general, obviously we're going to have a new council coming in, and so I think that they'll be reviewing that and maybe putting more clarity into some of the operations as well as expectations of committee. But I would say the same. I would hold tight, let them be able to do that, and plus you always want the rules to be give a clear expectation while also not being too rigid where then you're not compliant with your own rules if you want that flexibility.
Thank you. And I would just add to that, one of the additional things that we added this were quarterly investment reports and investment review meetings. This was a discussion that I had with the auditor and the mayor. We're both in agreement. All three of us were in agreement that this would be a very good thing for us to do. We'll actually take and plan those meetings at the beginning of the year, much like we do income tax. They may change, but at least they will be on the books, and that will give everybody the opportunity to get ready for those meetings, and so that we can take a hard look at our investments and where we're at that point in time.
Mr. DeArmond.
Make a motion to approve the following changes to council rules, including the revisions in section 2.
Second, Mr. Hellman. Further discussion, Ms. Frishy.
So just to clarify, when we're talking about Councilman DeArmond and Warnicki's concerns with the budgeting and finance, isn't that going to be a whole separate committee if we want to work with, we're not going to have it as a committee that's formed? I thought that was a big discussion.
My understanding that is a moot subject at this point in time.
Yeah.
I was just asking last I heard that if we were going to have a committee that oversees investment, I thought that was forming a committee.
Well, and Holly, it's a good question, but this was an attempt or an idea to go ahead and do two things at once, which was to reorganize the appropriations and also take care of that request that had been given previously. This does both of those things.
Mr. Stashek.
I'm happy about it for those of you who attended the pre-budget. What we don't have currently is a process for really monitoring what's going on throughout the year with the budget, whether it be revenues or expenses. And then these one-off items roll in throughout the year, which is normal. So what this does is like what happened years ago when Iridian before, an administration would have, well, for example, the downtown park. You guys appropriated over $4 million for that park recently. That would have gone to this committee. This committee would have had lengthy discussions as to how that impacts the long-term approach to the budget, where the alternative or the additional funding is going to come from down the road. In other words, it really gives you the ability and creates the necessity for a new proposal to be fully vetted when it comes to you, so you know the long-term impact. You haven't had that structure in the past. This provides that structure, and it's a best practice, and that's why I not because of this report, but coincidentally, and Mr. Wobser and I talked about it briefly, this really addresses that as a best practice from the Government Finance Officers Association. It fits right into our structure, and it's one of your missing boxes. So you've got 5 boxes here checked off. If you guys pass this and the next council follows through on it, you've got 4 of the 5 boxes done.
All those in favor of the motion say aye if your name is called. Those opposed, nay. No, I'm sorry.
Just
Say
voice.
aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, we're going to move on now to committee reports.
Planning and Zoning Committee, to whom is referred a request to discuss legislation for donation bins. We recommend approval of the legislation with the City Planning Commission's recommended changes.
Mr. Russell,
Move for acceptance of the committee report.
second Mr. Palmer. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the committee report say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. The committee report is adopted.
Planning and Zoning Committee, to whom is referred a request to discuss legislation for length of construction rules. We recommend approval of the legislation with the City Planning Commission's recommended changes.
Mr. DeArmond,
Make a motion to accept the committee report.
second Mr. Hellman. Discussion? Ms. Frishy.
I'm just gonna go back and say, I think that this legislation doesn't make sense. Most people that are getting their permits, to do construction want to follow the rules. If they have, some kind of crisis or a financial burden, I'm not sure why we should target and punish them. I will not support this committee report.
Mayor?
Just a point of clarification, Councilman Russell, given you made the motion, I'm assuming you meant to sign the report.
Yes.
Okay, let the record reflect, Councilman Russell signed the report.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the legislation, or the committee report say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay.
Nay.
Committee report is adopted.
Planning and Zoning Committee, to whom was referred a request to discuss legislation for conditional uses. We recommend approval of the legislation as presented.
Mr. Baumann? Move to approve. Second, Mr. DeArmond. Discussion? All those in favor of the committee report say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. The committee report is adopted.
The Planning and Zoning Committee, to whom was referred a request to continue August 27th, 2025 discussions on proposed zoning permit and fee adjustments. No
Mr.
committee,
Wolf?
I don't know if we have to approve it because no committee report was provided.
Yeah. So
Do you
this goes back to the discussion we had at the last meeting. If there is no committee report, do we have to do anything? Per our attorney, he says nay. All right.
Do I still
Can
read
I-
them though?
Ms. Frishy?
Can I ask a question to the law director? Shouldn't there still be something that there was minutes, something that was discussed, even though there wasn't a vote? I mean, because you met and you discussed something. With anything, not just this one.
There are
I
there are
mean, no
minutes
report was
attached
given to me.
to the packet.
What?
Right here.
And they just put on what? Nothing? That's what I'm looking for, is what did they put on their paper? Is this it?
No committee report given to me. This is all that was given to me.
Right, so that's it.
But they don't have
I
minutes
mean,
attached.
they're gonna make a report, if they don't have anything to report, they don't have anything to report to us or anything to accept or deny. They're gonna meet again probably on the topic or whatever it may be. If they have nothing to report, they have nothing to report. That's the way we handled this last time.
Next.
Planning and Zoning Committee, to whom was referred a request to continue August 27th, 2025 discussions on the maintenance code. No committee report provided. Planning and Zoning Committee, to whom was referred a request to continue August 27th, 2025 discussions on wooded lots. No committee report was provided. The Strategic Planning Committee met on September 30th, 2025 to discuss the Carlin Street property. We recommend support of the development of the Carlin Street property for R3 residential housing. We want to see opinions from Ricker and Andrew Brosert as to the best process to achieve this goal.
Mr. Wobser?
Make a motion to accept the committee
Second,
report.
Mr. Baumann. This time I invite Robin Welly to come up and speak to this issue.
Hello, here we are, 2 years later, back on the same thing. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to talk. I also like to thank our neighborhood for showing up tonight. We have a lot of people in the audience tonight. We're back pleading the city again not to destroy our homes by dynamiting in our neighborhood. Nobody has answered about the loss of the green space, flooding, or even which streets will be turned into thoroughfare streets. Nobody at that meeting did their homework on why Baker's Acres is not on both sides of the road. Nobody listens. We are asking that the city today, why it must be sold so instantaneously. Why does it have to have restrictions on it? It actually brings in a revenue. It costs nothing just to sit there. It is only the mayor's vision, and nobody cares about the consequences it brings to the existing home. Our neighborhood not only has to fight the current administration to protect our homes, we have to have our own elected 5th Ward councilman who continues to secretly fight against us with his inside information. He stood with Habitat, and it became very clear when he cut his losses and sold out before it affected his wallet. We are requesting a live auction, no restrictions, no rezoning. We are a generational neighborhood, and it's only fair that our current residents or the farmers have the right to bid on it. Building is all about the construction cost. Has anyone here compared the sewer and water line cost per linear foot in places in Findlay? Our costs, we just got new ones. I'm sure our cost was higher, and we are at the top of the neighborhood where it was done. The farther down you go, the deeper the bedrock. No one has taken the time to know the actual height of the bedrock in relation to the surface ground in the area. No reputable or responsible developer or municipality would make any judgment on buying, selling, or developing this property without understanding the depth of the bedrock at this site. We already had Mr. Baker, who developed Baker's Acres 20 plus years ago. The private subdivision across the street, he walked away from it because of the non-feasibility to develop it. Hopefully, our city that is in the red is not irresponsible enough and plans on making taxpayers of Findlay, Ohio, pay for the absorbent proposed infrastructure at the project that the project will occur. We have witnessed firsthand what happens when a successful, reputable contractor gives his opinion to this council. It falls on deaf ears. Richard Kirk, with a lifetime of construction experience, addressed this council in December of 2024. He clearly stated objections, and he clearly stated it was not the time to build such a park downtown, and our council keeps moving forward, totally disregarding the expert. No one listens. Thank you.
I would just like the record to show that I'm still a proud resident of West Park. Thank you.
That's a comment. That's not a question. Sorry,
He's
Robin.
not a property owner.
You know, renting or owning, it's still a resident.
Not a property owner anymore.
That
He sold it before.
doesn't matter. My daughter lives there, and she's a renter. Does that make her a resident of West Park? Yes.
When you have inside information and sell your property,
All right.
it does make a
Any
difference.
other comments? Ms. Frischie?
Are we good now? So strategic planning met, and strategic planning was formed to do a broad stroke of what the people wanted in the community. Meaning, you know, we had these meetings and people gave input of how they wanted to see the future 10 years down the road. It's not a committee that makes decisions, and all discussions that took place in strategic planning that night had no business. They weren't part of what the strategic planning is supposed to do. So when you're talking about supporting a development on Carlin, when it should have gone to appropriations or committee of a whole where it could have been vetted and voted on of, do we want to look into spending money and do some test boring to see how deep that bedrock is? Do we want to sell that property? Have we assessed all of our properties to know what our inventory is, our wants, our needs? That's where this should have taken place. To have a vote where the mayor even has a vote in this committee is completely inappropriate. And this committee report and everything that took place should not be passed tonight to move anything forward with city council until it goes to the proper committees.
Mayor.
I appreciate your feedback on that. However, I would state that one of the key initiatives of the strategic plan was housing. And looking at partnerships was the community foundation as well as the downtown recreation area, as well as then obviously the strategic plan initiative. So each of those were pertinent conversations I felt to the strategic plan. And as you will recall, since you were in attendance, they did recommend that it then go to appropriations for that other level. Many times issues go across multiple committees and they can be discussed at multiple committees. The downtown recreation area is a perfect example. It's been talked at strategic planning. It's been talked about at Parks and Rec. It's gone to appropriation. It's at a committee of the whole. It's gone through all of those things. So I appreciate the feedback, but I think that it was appropriate to start that conversation, because if they said, no, we're absolutely not interested in, then I don't need any money to move forward with any of those things.
Mr. Russell.
The Strategic Planning Committee made a recommendation. They did not make a decision. This ultimate decision lies with this council, and I think it's wholly appropriate for the Strategic Planning Committee to take up issues that are on the strategic plan and get this ball rolling again. I'm supportive of the effort to put housing on that property. That property has no long-term use for the city of Findlay, so let's make it productive property. Let's take a major issue in the city, in this community, in this county, which is housing, and attack that housing problem with this property.
Ms. Frishy.
So, Mayor, I agree with you. Like, the committee is talking about housing. Do we want it? How do we look at it? And you brainstorm it. You don't bring a project and talk about selling city property and Grant can say, yes, we need housing and this is the perfect thing for this site. Well, maybe it's the perfect thing for you or for Grant, but in that meeting was a little toxic, a little hot, a little heated, because you had citizens that lived there that you didn't want their input. You didn't want to hear their concerns before you even said, I think we should move forward about doing housing, and we need to talk to Andrew for best process of how we can give free money and move about. Yes, we need housing. Nobody disagrees with that. Is it the proper area? And the financial cost of $140,000 to $250,000 home, when you're going to have to buy the lot for $100,000 or more in order to get the infrastructure in. And we had already set a precedence when we started addressing putting in septic back under Lydia Mahalik, and we couldn't finish the project that we are now finishing right now for another $3 million. The committee completely plugged their ears and said, la, 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 we don't want to hear the whole story. We just want to move forward because we want housing. It's inappropriate. It doesn't belong in that committee. That committee does address housing and working and partnering ships. It's a broad stroke. What this is a tight stroke. This is making decisions, and it should have been in appropriations or committee of the whole.
Mr. Wobser.
That was a complete misrepresentation in that meeting, and I resent it. So the fact is that when we come back from Bricker and we have opinions we've asked for from Bricker, Graydon, and from Andrew Brossart, that will then go to appropriations, and then you can sit and talk about it more then.
All those in favor of the committee report say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay.
Nay.
The committee report is adopted.
The Strategic Planning Committee met on September 30th, 2025 to discuss the Community Foundation Partnership. We recommend support of the agreement with the Community Foundation as described by the mayor. Appropriations should have final review of the contract and potential spending.
Mr. DeArmond,
Move to accept the committee report.
second Ms. Warnicki. Discussion? All those in favor of the committee report say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay.
Nay.
The committee report is adopted.
The Strategic Planning Committee met on September 30th, 2025 to discuss strategic planning initiatives. We recommend no report.
We're now moved to legislation. Start with resolutions.
You ready? We got a lot. Okay. Second reading for Resolution 23, 2025. A resolution stating what services the City of Findlay, Ohio will provide to the territory proposed to be annexed to the City of Findlay, Ohio, situated in Allen Township, County of Hancock, State of Ohio, and being part of the southeast quarter of Section 31, Township 2 North, Range 11 East, a tract of land consisting of 48.987 acres of land, more or less, hereinafter referred to as the Cole County Road 212 annexation. Second reading for Resolution 24, 2025. A resolution stating what services the City of Findlay, Ohio will provide to the territory proposed to be annexed to the City of Findlay, Ohio, situated in Marion Township, County of Hancock, State of Ohio, and being part of the southwest quarter of Section 9, Township 1 North, Range 11 East, being a part of lots 2 through 7, and all of lots 8 and 9, part of lot 10, all of lot 11 through 13, and part of lot 14 of Orchard Acres, part of lot 4, along with the south half of vacated street lying north of and adjacent to said part of lot 4 and part of lot 5, both of the Diedrich addition, also part of Bright Road right-of-way, a tract of land consisting of 5.631 acres of land, more or less, hereinafter referred to as the Bright Road and Westgate Drive annexation. First reading for Resolution 26, 2025, a resolution approving the expenditures made by the Auditor's Office on the attached list of vouchers which either exceed the purchase order or were incurred without a purchase order, exceeding the statutory limit of $3,000, all in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 5705.41D.
This requires one reading. Mr. Wobser.
Make a motion to approve Resolution 26, 2025.
Second, Mr. Greeno. Discussion, Ms. Frishy.
I don't know who answers this question. WC Felton Agency, it was self-insurance and the premium was over what was anticipated. How come we didn't have a better thumb on that self-insurance by $42,000? What changed? What was the project, or what is the self-insurance for?
That covers a lot of different things. We got a quote, and then as the bill came in, the PO was for a lower amount.
Or a higher amount?
Well, the PO was too low for the bill that came in. Yeah, so it just was higher.
So this is just for 1 year?
I don't know the specific term on that. I apologize. I don't know.
You can't answer it, Auditor?
Mr. Martin would normally answer that, and he's not here this evening.
Apologies. He had a family situation unexpectedly.
Mr. Stashek.
Yeah, I'm not involved in those details. I'm involved in making sure the bill's paid legally. So in terms of what they quoted, how they quoted, what it covered, I wasn't part of that. Sorry about that.
I can send a follow-up message. We obviously have to pay our insurance, but I can follow up to have more details on that.
All those in favor of Resolution 026-2025, say aye. If your name is called, those opposed, nay.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
Ms. Frishy?
Nay.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
The resolution is adopted. Ordinances.
Third reading for ordinance number 2025-103, an ordinance appropriating and transferring funds and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Palmer.
Move to approve ordinance number 2025-103.
Second, Mr. Baumann. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the ordinance say aye. If your name is called, those opposed, nay.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
Ms. Frishy?
Aye.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
The ordinance is adopted.
Third reading for ordinance number 2025-104, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Findlay, Ohio to enter into a contract for calendar years 2026 through 2028 with the Hancock Public Hancock County Public Defender Commission and the Hancock County Commissioners for a total of $95,000 per year for said calendar years and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Palmer.
Move to adopt ordinance number 2025-104.
Second, Mr. DeArmond. Discussion. All those in favor of the ordinance say aye. If your name is called, those opposed, nay.
Ms. Frishy?
Aye.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman? Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
The ordinance is adopted.
Third reading for ordinance number 2025-106, and ordinance appropriating and transferring funds and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Greeno.
Move for adoption of ordinance number 2025-106.
Second, Mr. Hellman. Discussion. All those in favor of the ordinance say aye. If your name is called, those opposed, nay.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
Ms. Frishy?
Aye.
The ordinance is adopted.
Third reading for ordinance number 2025-108, and ordinance amending section 351.19 of the codified ordinances of the city of Findlay, Ohio, entitled Violation of Individual Parking Space, Fines in All Unmetered Spaces, thus repealing ordinance number 2009-42 and all ordinances and or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith.
Mr. Palmer.
Move to adopt ordinance number 2025-108.
Second, Mr. Niemeyer. Discussion. Ms. Frishy.
So this never really went back to committee, and I know when I asked last time, they were leaving it in council's hands. There was no real discussion. I have no problem raising the rate where people are parking in a handicapped spot, but some of these rates were increased by 30 to 50% with no real discussion.
Mr. Russell.
Street sidewalks and parking had significant discussion on the fines, and the big part of the effort is to have the fine structure that would better support the costs of our parking enforcement officer.
All those in favor of the ordinance say aye. If your name is called, those opposed, nay.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
Ms. Frishy?
Nay.
And Mr. Greeno.
Aye.
Ordinance is adopted.
Third reading for ordinance number 2025-109, and ordinance amending section 351.03 of the codified ordinances of the city of Findlay, Ohio, entitled Prohibited Standing Parking Space, thus repealing ordinance numbers 1998-16 and 2018-92, and all ordinances and or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith.
Mr. Palmer.
Move to approve ordinance number 2025-109.
Second, Mr. Baumann. Discussion. Mr. Stashak.
Rob, I had asked, and I don't think I heard, on this ordinance, is there a distance that people have to park away from an alley entrance? I've got a number of them. Every now and then I hear about people can't turn or see right or left because of the tight street. I didn't know if that was part of this
It's
or
not
not.
in here, it's not in here.
Yeah, so I didn't see it in here, but you're the director of law, so then there would be no coverage for that. Those folks.
Right,
Cool.
so we could address later if it's an ongoing problem.
I just wanted to make sure I knew the answer. Thank you.
All those in favor of the ordinance say aye. If his name is called, those opposed, nay.
Mr. Niemeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Palmer.
Aye.
Mr. Russell.
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki.
Aye.
Mr. Wobser.
Aye.
Mr. Ballman.
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond.
Aye.
Ms. Frishy.
Aye.
Mr. Greeno.
Aye.
And Mr. Hellman.
Aye.
The ordinance is adopted.
Third reading for ordinance number 2025-110, and ordinance amending section 303.99 of the codified ordinances of the city of Findlay, Ohio, entitled General Traffic Code Penalties, thus repealing ordinance number 2009-56 and all ordinances and or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith.
Mr. Palmer.
Move to adopt ordinance number 2025-110.
Second, Mr. Hellman. Discussion. All those in favor of the ordinance say aye. If your name is called, those opposed, nay.
Mr. Palmer.
Aye.
Mr. Russell.
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki.
Aye.
Mr. Wobser.
Aye.
Mr. Ballman.
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond.
Aye.
Ms. Frishy.
Aye.
Mr. Greeno.
Aye.
Mr. Hellman.
Aye.
And Mr. Niemeyer.
Aye.
The ordinance is adopted.
Third reading for ordinance number 2025-111. An ordinance amending Chapter 1100 et sec of the codified ordinances of the City of Findlay, Ohio, known as the zoning code, by rezoning the following described properties referred to as 401 North Main Street, parcel number 590000923010, and 0 Cherry Street, parcel number 590001010264, rezone, which previously were zoned general commercial to C2, previously zoned general commercial C2 to now be zoned downtown commercial C3.
Mr. DeArmond.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance number 2025-111.
Oh, sorry. Second, Mr. Hellman. Discussion. Ms. Frishy.
So this is the ordinance for the old fire station. Again, this is similar to the Carlin Street. We're making decisions without vetting it. We don't even know our inventory if we need that building or not, but we're changing the zoning because obviously we have somebody in mind that we want to receive this property. I think it's inappropriate. I will be a no.
All those in favor of the ordinance say aye if your name is called. Those opposed, nay.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
Ms. Frishy?
Nay.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
The ordinance is adopted.
Third reading for ordinance number 2025-112. An ordinance accepting and approving an application for annexation of territory situated in the Township of Allen, County of Hancock, State of Ohio, and being a part of the west half of the southeast quarter of Section 35, Township 2 North, Range 10 East, a tract of land consisting of 37.906 acres of land, more or less, hereinafter referred to as the Keller Seifert Enterprises, LLC, et al. Annexation. Sorry.
Mr. Hellman.
Move to approve ordinance 2025-112.
Second, Mr. Greeno. Discussion. All those in favor of the ordinance say aye if your name is called. Those opposed, nay.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
Ms. Frishy?
Aye.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
The ordinance is adopted.
Third reading for ordinance number 2025-113. An ordinance amending Chapter 1100 et sec of the codified ordinances of the City of Findlay, Ohio, known as the zoning code, by zoning the following described parcels as general commercial, R1 single family low density, and CD condominium as outlined below. Said annexation is currently situated in Allen Township, County of Hancock, State of Ohio, consisting of 37.906 acres, hereinafter referred to as the Keller Seifert Enterprises, LLC, et al. Annexation.
Mr. DeArmond.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-113.
Second, Mr. Baumann. Discussion. All those in favor of the ordinance say aye if your name is called. Those opposed, nay.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
Ms. Frishy?
Aye.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
And Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Ordinance is adopted.
Sorry, I got clue. Second reading for ordinance number 2025-117, an ordinance appropriating funds and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Russell.
Jeremy, are they ready to go? Is this something that, if passed tonight, they could take advantage of the extra 2 weeks?
You're not going to hear this too many times from me, but I think this one can wait and go to 3 readings. They got some other work they need to finish up, so with the timing of this, we should be fine.
Second reading for ordinance number 2025-119, an ordinance committing and transferring funds in the amount of $25,000 per year for calendar years 2026 through 2030 to the Hancock, Hardin, Wyandotte, Putnam Community Action Commission in support of the Hancock Area Transit Service, in support of the establishment and operation of their microtransit system, and declaring an emergency.
Mayor.
I would just provide a quick update that the Hancock County Commissioners have authorized $125,000 over the next 5 years. Additionally, the Tall Timbers Companies led by Ohio Logistics is committing to 5 years at $25,000 a year. And the Community Foundation has approved $125,000 over 5 years, contingent upon the city stepping up as well. So the funding is coming together, and hopefully we'll continue to support this.
Mr. DeArmond.
So when we commit, are we just committing to 25 grand, then the next council has to approve the 25, or how does that?
Mayor.
We'll determine with the auditor's office the best way to handle it because it is a future appropriate. Sometimes in the past, what we have done is it's a multi-year agreement, and so we have appropriated it, but most likely we'll have to just put it in a project and then pay out annually so that it is distinct because we are technically, the way this is written, appropriating the amount. So since we're entering into a contract, we also have to set aside the funds that we are agreeing to.
Mr. Stashek?
Yeah, the way this is written at first glance, it's 25,000 for 1 year. So like what you did with Raise the Bar, each year the money was put into the budget and you approved it as a line item within the budget, part of that whole package. And there were some years faded, I think pretty much always funded, they stopped. So, and I would anticipate this being the same way because there's a limit to, and if you wanted to do the whole 125 up front, the law director would have to be involved because there's some very specific things may or may not be allowed in the situation.
Okay, next. Oh, Mr. Russell.
Well, Jim, you kind of covered my question, but I'm looking for a confirmation of what does this ordinance need to be tweaked before the third reading to appropriate 125 versus just the 25 so that it can be parceled out or
Mayor?
So originally, actually, when Jeremy and I spoke about this, we were actually just planning to, correct me if I'm wrong here, we were actually just planning to get your support and then do $25,000 over the next 5 years actually out of the capital budget because that was just easy enough for us to do. What we'll probably do is I'll touch base with Feigner and then Service Safety Director Martin and determine if we want to just set it all aside at one time so that it's covered and the dollars are done. And we'll consult with the auditor if we need to change the language or if we want to. It's, you know, kind of neither here nor there on how we do it, probably just setting it aside. I would rather set it aside and then hold it and have them invoice us just so that we're keeping the money as long as possible and getting any interest from it.
Mr. Feigner?
And I didn't have any questions or consultation with the auditor on this ordinance the way it was drafted, but if he should be involved with any discussion if it would need rewritten to properly do it. If we're allocating money ahead of time, I don't know those rules. I know the auditor does. If we need to rewrite it, we can do that with those folks involved.
Mr. Hellman?
I guess, maybe I'm missing something here, but when I read this thing, it said in the amount of $25,000 per year for calendar years 2026 through 2030. To me, that's pretty clear.
Mr. Stashek?
There's language missing in terms of where the money comes from. If it's going to be capital, it has to be for equipment. The rules we have to follow. There's quite a bit here that we haven't been involved in my office. So, long story short, thank you, Mr. Feiner. It needs to be vetted through the offices prior to the final reading.
Stand by.
First reading for ordinance number 2025-120, an ordinance appropriating and transferring funds and declaring an emergency. First reading for ordinance number 2025-121, an ordinance appropriating and transferring funds and declaring an emergency. First reading for ordinance number 2025-122, an ordinance appropriating and transferring funds and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Russell?
I think it needs to be said that Helms and Sons did the city a favor here. We did not have this money available for this project when it started to go awry. And after an agreement, really a handshake verbal agreement with the city, Helmson and Sons did extra work to ensure that Western Avenue would get reopened in a timely manner. And that's really a testament to the working relationship that's been developed over the last handful of years between Helms and the city. And I thank them for their efforts and for their confidence in the city that we would make them whole. The way we do that is to suspend council's rules and get them their money ASAP, and therefore I make a Oh, and also a hats off to the engineer, service safety director, and the auditor's office for working together to get this done. Jeremy called me and kept me abreast of what was going on and had my total support. I think they did the absolute right thing. And with that, I would make a motion that council statutory rules be suspended and ordinance 2025-122 be given its second and third reading.
Second, Ms. Warnicki. All those in favor of the suspension of the rules, say aye if your name is called. Those opposed, nay.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
Ms. Frishy?
Nay.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
And Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Rules of council been suspended, and the clerk will give this ordinance its second and third reading.
Ordinance number 2025-122. Ordinance number 2025-122.
Mr. Russell.
Move
Mr.
for-
Russell, I'm sorry.
Move for adoption of ordinance 2025-122.
Second, Mr. DeArmond. Discussion, Ms. Frishy.
So I appreciate everything that Helms does in our community. They do a nice job. I think Grant's statement that he was kept abreast, the new council should know that everybody should be staying abreast to what's going on, even if we have to move things quickly. And that was why I didn't say suspend the rules, but I am not against paying it because it fixed a hiccup. But council, all of council needs to be abreast of what's going on.
Mr. Calvin.
So in that situation, it was a quick call that we had to do. They were moving. Mr. Russell is the water and sewer chairman, so he was the first call I wanted to call because if this had to go to a committee, it'd be his committee that went to. So he was the first call after I consulted with the auditor's office to make sure what we were doing and understand how we had to do this.
Ms. Frishy.
And I would also then echo Jeremy that head of water and sewer should have communicated to all of council and via email. So thank you for clarifying.
All those in favor of the ordinance, say aye if your name is called. Those opposed, nay.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
Ms. Frishy?
Aye.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
Ordinance is adopted.
First reading for ordinance number 2025-123, an ordinance appropriating and transferring funds and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Russell.
So, Jeremy, I understand we have the BWC money here, and for us to take advantage of that, we have to do our match and then get it. And this is something that we've previously, we knew it was coming. It's just time to get these things and get it going, correct?
Yeah, we've had in the capital plans for a couple of years. We were going to cover the whole cost. Chief came to us and said, hey, this grant availability came up. We were able to get it. So really, once his appropriation goes through, then we'll be able to purchase the equipment. So it's really just waiting on that.
Mr. Russell.
Move the council statutory rules be suspended and this ordinance be given its second and third reading.
Second, Mr. Palmer. All those in favor of suspension of the rules, say aye if your name is called. Those opposed, nay.
Ms. Frishy?
Aye.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
And Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
Rules of council have been suspended, and the clerk will give this ordinance its second and third reading.
Ordinance number 2025-123. Ordinance number 2025-123.
Mr. Wobser.
Make a motion to approve.
Second, Mr. Palmer. Discussion. All those in favor of the ordinance, say aye if your name is called. Those opposed, nay.
Mr. Greeno?
Aye.
Mr. Hellman?
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Russell?
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki?
Aye.
Mr. Wobser?
Aye.
Mr. Ballman?
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond?
Aye.
And Ms. Frishy?
Aye.
The ordinance is adopted.
First reading for ordinance number 2025-124. An ordinance authorizing the mayor, service safety director, and/or city engineer of the city of Findlay, Ohio, to enter into agreements with Rocky Edge Excavating for the West Park Sanitary Sewer, Tap and Sewer, project number 35642500, appropriating and transferring funds thereto, and declaring an emergency. First reading for ordinance number 2025-125, an ordinance appropriating and transferring funds and declaring an emergency. First reading for ordinance number 2025-126, an ordinance authorizing the auditor to make payroll deductions for those employees who have elected to enroll in the health savings account plan and declaring an emergency. First reading for ordinance number 2025-127, an ordinance appropriating funds and declaring an emergency. First reading for ordinance number 2025-128, an ordinance authorizing the mayor, service safety director, and/or city engineer of the city of Findlay, Ohio, to apply for and execute the necessary grant applications and agreements to receive grant funds from the Ohio Department of Transportation, Office of Aviation, to fully fund the city of Findlay's local match of 5% for the FDY Airport Master Plan, project number 35243500, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Palmer.
To get this grant application going and we can get this grant to get the master plan going, I move that council's statutory rules be suspended and this ordinance be given its second and third reading.
Second, Mr. Baumann. All those in favor of the suspension of the rules, say aye after names called. Those opposed, nay.
Mr. Hellman.
Aye.
Mr. Niemeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Palmer.
Aye.
Mr. Russell.
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki.
Aye.
Mr. Wobser.
Aye.
Mr. Ballman.
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond.
Aye.
Ms. Frischie.
Aye.
Mr. Greeno.
Aye.
Rules of council have been suspended, and the clerk will give this ordinance its second and third reading.
Ordinance number 2025-128. Ordinance number 2025-128.
Mr. Palmer.
Move for adoption of ordinance number 2025-128.
Second, Mr. DeArmond. Discussion. All those in favor of the ordinance, say aye after your name is called. Those opposed, nay.
Mr. Niemeyer.
Aye.
Mr. Palmer.
Aye.
Mr. Russell.
Aye.
Ms. Warnicki.
Aye.
Mr. Wobser.
Aye.
Mr. Ballman.
Aye.
Mr. DeArmond.
Aye.
Ms. Frischie.
Aye.
Mr. Greeno.
Aye.
And Mr. Hellman.
Aye.
The ordinance is adopted.
First reading for ordinance number 2025-129. An ordinance establishing job classifications, pay ranges, salary schedules, and other matters that may affect pay for all non-elected officers and employees of the city of Findlay, Ohio, and repealing ordinance number 2024-134 as amended, and all other ordinances and/or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, and declaring an emergency. First reading for ordinance number 2025-130, an ordinance enacting new chapter 1161 of the codified ordinances of the city of Findlay, Ohio, entitled Donation Bin Zoning Ordinance for the city of Findlay, Ohio. First reading for ordinance number 2025-131, an ordinance enacting new chapter 1329 of the codified ordinances of the city of Findlay, Ohio, entitled Time Limits for Construction Activity for the city of Findlay, Ohio. First reading for ordinance number 2025-132, an ordinance amending section 1135.02 entitled Permitted Use, Certificate Required, section 1135.03, entitled Conditional Use, section 1141.02, entitled Permitted Use, Certificate Required, section 1141.03, entitled Conditional Uses, section 1174, entitled Definitions of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Findlay, Ohio, entitled Conditional Uses, thus repealing ordinance number 2023-115 and all the other ordinances and/or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith. First reading for ordinance number 2025-133, an ordinance regulating animal noise and repealing Findlay Municipal Code, section 505.09.
That concludes our legislation. Old business. Ms. Frischie.
Jeremy, we kind of went fast on Tappan. We're going to be paving that street, right?
I mean, well, we do trench repair, I guess.
So
I'm
we don't
confused
have
by
we don't
what
have
you
to
mean
do
paving.
we don't have to do any paving with it to finish it off. I was just thinking about asphalt facilities are closing soon. If we had anything still sitting out there.
Yeah, with the schedule and how short that is, we'll work that out. But I mean, we never keep stone trenches over the winter or anything like that. So working with TJ and stuff, we'll have that stuff if he starts beforehand.
Okay.
Other old business. New business. Mr. Russell.
I'm calling a Water and Sewer Committee for Wednesday, October 15th at 5 p.m. It will be held here in council chambers. It will be live streamed. This will be the annual review of the utility funds and conversations about any proposed utility rate changes for the 2026 calendar year. And I expect that there will be other items on the agenda, but but the utility fund review and the rate discussion is the primary reason for the meeting. October 15th at 5 p.m.
Other new business? Mayor?
I have a full list, but I will go quick, and I will first start by apologizing earlier to Mr. Wobser. I should not have made a joke about you trying to take me out. For those of you, don't worry, I am not worried about my safety from any council member. But in our day and age, I should not make light of that situation because political violence is a real problem, and have released a statement about that recently, so my apologies. I want to just give a couple of shout outs to employees. Water Department employee Marcus Gerke and Jason Rowland, who both stopped earlier today when they witnessed a car accident and were able to assist on scene until the emergency responders were there. So a big shout out to those guys who, it wasn't their job, but they continue to serve in every way possible. So really proud of them. Also, earlier I was getting text notifications. There a press release will be going out. Our police department continues to do great work and busted a vape shop that was illegally selling marijuana products to minors. So good, and recovered a variety of cash and other concerning items. So really proud of them continuing to keep their ear to the ground and uncovering stuff and keeping crime out of our community. Flood mitigation obviously continues to be a top priority. The Federal Rail Administration grant is executed. We are in the back and forth with Maumee Watershed Conservancy District and Norfolk Southern to finalize the construction agreement. Norfolk Southern will be managing the construction of that project, and so we have to get that finalized before we're able to move forward. With the FEMA Flood Hazard Mitigation Grant, obviously the federal government is not currently operational. However, certain aspects of FEMA continue to be operational. So I will be continuing to reach out. Again, this is the Findlay project is the top project for the state FEMA. So Ohio FEMA is working with us and continuing to push this. So they have Steve Ferriman from their team has been great, continuing to push and prioritize this. And I think tomorrow I'll be sending them all a picture of the 2007 flood to remind them of what we are working to prevent. To all the council members, you received communication to your city email about some new security measures that are being implemented, and therefore you have to work with IT to make some changes to your email. I know, not great timing, since the majority of you won't have a city email here soon, but please pay attention to that. If you need assistance, call the IT department, stop up there, or call Kathy, and she can walk you through what you need to do there. Also, shout out to Miracle League and volunteers that installed the new Miracle Field Fitness Park. That is in its final stages of being spruced up. Public Works, engineering, lots of folks were out there helping get that done. And it is set to hopefully open this weekend, weather permitting, the next couple of days. Additionally, this was something I thought about because we had a couple of different people email us recently. We know that the Sandusky Street Bridge over Eagle Creek is not in great shape. That is an ODOT bridge. So we have been working with ODOT to get them to move on getting that redone. But we have been maintaining the curbs, and so you see patching there, but it is set for a full replacement hopefully in 2026, 2027, and we're trying to get them to move it up. So unfortunately that's an ODOT project, so we have limited ability to control that. Additionally, last week we had the Ohio Director of Public Safety for the state of Ohio come and visit Findlay and tour the Strick Center, and he presented at Rotary, and we had a great conversation, and I was so incredibly proud because I don't know how many times he said it, but he was like, Findlay and Hancock County, you guys are just way ahead of the curve. Like the way you guys work together, this facility, the way you, like we were talking through different incident responses and the way that we operate. And he's like, everybody needs to come here. They need to see what you guys are doing. And we literally are providing all the documentation for the Strick Center to him because they want to build it in some other communities across the state. And so I think that just again shows, one, that we're doing things, really well that we can be proud of, but it also is really important that we continue to have those relationships and bring people in and talk about what we're doing, because he multiple times was like, well, have you guys thought about that? I bet we could get you guys some grants for that. We need to have the AG here. Now, I said that about 5 times slower than he says it. If you've ever listened to Director Wilson, he is hyped. But I was just super proud. I was super proud of our team and what we continue to accomplish. And thank you all for your support, because I know that was a multi-year project that you guys all stuck behind and really is a game changer. It is being used every single week. We have our team out there doing training. We're bringing in outside groups doing training. And the director literally said, we're going to make this the regional hub for training. And this is the model that we want to do across the state. So I'm super, super proud of that, and want to give a shout out to Chief Arley and Matthias and the prior police chiefs that also really spearheaded that, and our dear engineer that makes all projects happen. And then the final item, just Halloween parade is on the Tuesday of our next meeting. So I've talked to Council President Harrington, and we don't plan to change our meeting. The parade starts at 7, so just fair warning that if we don't get done prior to that, I will be leaving to go to the parade. And also, I would encourage everyone to keep their eyes open for those city workers along the parade route in their special work uniforms. I think that's it. Thank you.
Mr. Stashak.
Real quick, along the lines of transparency and working together, a lot of you know, because you call us as a resource. I got a couple calls this week that some of the potential future council members were discouraged from contacting supervisors directly in their tenures next year or following that. I want to let everybody know that when it comes to financial matters, Ohio gives me pretty broad latitude under 733.13 to actually sit any employee of the city or outside of the city down under oath if necessary to explore a financial matter where money is due. So if anybody ever feels they're not getting satisfaction in terms of an answer and it's a fiscal matter, I want you to feel welcome to contact me in my office, and we will make sure we get all those answers and move forward in a positive manner and just keep going, because we want everybody satisfied, and that is part of the role of the city auditor, to make sure questions and the information is accurate for paying those bills with the taxpayer money.
With that, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Baumann, second Mr. Palmer. All those in favor of adjournment say aye. Any opposed, nay. We are adjourned.